Okay, so now we come to our arrow step portion of this one, and I'm going to include a little bit of the retreat step as well. That way you can see what it is. But you also want to make sure that you do this one very precise. For form-wise, remember there's a difference between form and application. Application, you do what you need to do to defend yourself using this footwork. In form, you want to make it precise. Precision is for form. Application is for making sure you defend yourself. So this one is really important. For the kids, I highly recommend practicing this one a lot because it requires a whole lot of repetition and a whole lot of movement, a whole lot of coordination. A lot of Wing Chun techniques have a lot of coordination. Why? Because we have simultaneous offense and defense, and we don't just stand still, we move in. So using our concepts, it requires a lot from us right up here, using both sides of our brain, using our movements, and making sure we do it quickly. We don't just stand still. So what we're going to start off with is we're going to start off with this one right here, okay? Now, naturally, if you're doing form, I highly recommend practicing this one as many times as possible just so you can get it down, okay? But we're going to start right here. Now, I'm a right-handed person, so my right hand is going to be in the back. Why? More power, and that's going to be the first side that I step with on this form drill. So I'm going to be right here. And this originally I learned as circle step, but I've gone by arrow step. Arrow step is the more common used one, and that's fine. It works really well. So we're going to be right over here. Now when I shift, I'm still keeping my focus on where I'm looking. So this is really important. Make sure that your hands don't deviate wide open. So you want to be here, shift, circle, one, and I step with the same side that's punching. So this one is really, really important. See? And this is so I can transfer all my force through it. We'll talk more about power generation with the step later. What I care about is making sure that the structure is good and that you can practice it at home. So when I'm right here, I'm like this, I circle, and I step. Now, you could also add in the 3 punches as well. You can go 1, 2, 3. So I'll show you what that looks like. We're right here. 1, 2, 3. And this is just the opening of it. So this is the first step. But with every arrow step, there should be a retreat step in the form, okay, in the form, so that you can practice the retreating. So now that I'm in this position and I've done 1, 2, 3, here's how I go back. The front leg goes back first. Why? Because the weight's on the back leg. This one is easy to move. This one, not so easy. So you want to make sure. This one, 1, and I throw the punch forward right here. Always keep your hands up. 2 to the starting position, and I throw the second punch forward. So fast, it looks like this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. And I'm back. Now I'm on the other side. If I throw 3 punches, I'm on the other side. So now I can do my opposite side. I shift, target's still on, right here. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, back. And I can just repeat. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, back, right here. Over and over again. Now there's a difference between offensive arrow and defensive arrow. What I'm doing is mostly defensive. Defensive is this step comes behind the leg right here, not forward. So look, watch. Behind the leg, and then it goes forward. So that's defensive. We can go a little bit more into that a little bit later down the road. But offensive is just from here. It just goes straight from the position because there's no space being occupied. Defensive, we assume that there's a person's body or foot right in front of us, so we need to defend it and not run into that occupied space. Offensive is there's nothing in front of us, we caught it early. Boom, 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 right here. So this is the difference between offensive and defensive. Make sure that retreat step is there. That becomes very vital. I'll show you from a side angle right here. I'm going to step 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. I always like to do defensive a lot. Why? Because it emphasizes form a little bit more. And a lot of the times you're going to be on the ropes if you properly follow your 5 rules of personal safety. You should be on the ropes if somebody's going to attack you just a little bit, okay? So don't try to blitz anybody, but make sure you practice both of them, okay? But that's our arrow step, and we're going to go to our advancing step, okay?